Welcome back to 5 Minute Mountains. Today's episode is about Shishapangma. It's the smallest of the 8,000ers. It's only eight, I say only, it's 8,027 meters high, and it's the only 8,000er located entirely in Tibet slash China. And this picture of it right here. Very pretty mountain, must say. Just a little intro. It's the 14th highest mountain, established at 26,335 feet. The only 8,000er located entirely in Tibet. Just went over that. Its name roughly translates to crest above the grassy plains. And as you can see on the bottom right image, that it is. I always thought it was kind of weird. Anytime I looked at this mountain, I haven't looked into it too much, so a lot of this information was new to me. That, like, normally you see Himalayan mountains, there's like, even Karakoram, and just tucked into a valley surrounded by other mountains. This one's kind of more like just in a grass valley, and it's just kind of like there. Like it reminds me of like Denali in a way, where it just like rises way the fuck above the rest of the surroundings, and it's kind of crazy. It's very cool to look at too. It's just like kind of there. It's cool. It's considered one of the easier, less technical 8,000ers, which is always good because if it's not as tall as the others and technically easier, it's a pretty good intro 8,000er. Get used to oxygen and stuff. It has two summits, Central Summit and the slightly higher Main Summit. So, yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. As for the first ascent, it was first climbed on May 2nd, 1964. It's actually my birthday. The May 2nd part, not the 1964. Done by a Chinese team, kind of unsurprisingly. Led by Zhu Jing, I believe I'm saying that right. It was climbed via the North Ridge, and it was one of the last, it was the last of the, Jesus. It's the last of the 14 8,000ers to be climbed. So here's an artist's rendition, I guess, of the ascent. So it's very obviously a painting, but I couldn't find an actual picture, but that's there. It's also kind of ironic that the smallest was climbed last. I don't really, it's probably a coincidence. I just think that's funny. The first winter ascent was January 14th, 2005, climbed by a Polish expedition. Unsurprisingly, Poles are fucking crazy, especially when it comes to winter ascents. Guys are built different. And led by, not even gonna try to pronounce, Something Moravsky and Simone Moro, climbed in true calendar winter conditions. Doesn't sound very pleasant to be in, not gonna lie. And considered one of the more attainable winter 8,000ers, which leads back into the, not technically difficult and not as, like, not to put this, not to put down this mountain at all, because it's still a total beast. Anything above 6,000 is like different animal. Even anything above 4,000, but 8,000, wild. But as far as 8,000ers go, it's not very technical, so makes it a little easier for things like winter ascents and things of that sort. I also saw this video about Nanga Parbat winter. That looked gnarly, so I can only imagine. January, it's pretty midwinter. Like I feel like you could get away with a winter ascent being light in the winter, like just barely winter, because it's technically winter, so it counts. But like if you're January's, it's pretty gnarly. So poles are built different, and it was almost not 8,000 meters. If we take a look at this little geologically, Himalayan mountains grow roughly 5 millimeters per year. Shishapangma, being only 27 meters taller than 8,000 meters, means roughly around 5,400 years ago, it just barely broke the 8,000ers threshold. And very not long ago, that was practically yesterday in the terms of geological growth, especially with the Earth. You have things like the Appalachian Mountains are 500 million years old or something, or like 2 billion, something crazy like that. And the Himalayas are a relatively young mountain range, a couple million years, maybe 50 million. But so 5,400 years in terms of all that's pretty recently. So yeah, Little video about Shishapangma. That's 5.